healthy snacks for kids? What are some guidelines that parents can use in order to choose healthy snacks that you could put in kids' lunchbox, alternatives to maybe what they're providing at the school, which usually isn't very good? Let's start with Shannon, because Shannon does have a young one in high school. So give us your experience on what you've done or what you've tried to do, even though it's been a little difficult. What have you tried?
Boy, we've tried a lot of things, and I find there's not a lot of kids that want to take their lunch to school. So I think having something that's compact, if they are willing to take something, first of all, they're carrying giant backpacks with all their stuff because they don't have lockers anymore.
Yeah. They don't have lockers? No.
Really?
So they carry a giant backpack around all day, which is kind of prohibitive of also carrying a lunchbox, right? So I think maybe having some small, compact things like dried fruit without any extra added sugar, nuts if they're allowed to have nuts. I feel like there's a lot of challenges in the fact that with nut allergies being so much more common, some classrooms don't allow nuts.
Yeah.
The other thing we found was interesting was they were not allowed to bring for group snacks when the kids are younger anything that wasn't packaged and labeled, which right off the bat I think, okay, so that's all going to be unhealthy stuff that's packaged for the most part. So
if you want to put something in a bag to give your kid, like cantaloupe, you can't because it's not labeled.
Well, you could for your own kid, but not for like a group activity for a birthday party.
Oh, I see.
Or, when they do running club and they have to have granola bars or things like that. So I guess
So you couldn't make a fruit salad?
No, it has to be packaged and labeled with the ingredients for anything that would be for the group of kids. And that might not be universal, but I think it's more common with so many different food allergies and sensitivities and stuff now. But I guess probably the greatest thing that I figured out is trying to add in some healthy things into something that they already like, right? Like, for instance, yogurt. If we could add in some granola that's got some seeds or nuts, maybe some chia seeds or hemp seeds, things like that. They're not very space occupying, but they'll have a lot of nutrients for just a small amount. And you could tell me your thoughts as far as trying to get some extra protein, extra healthy fats, all those things, so that they're not hungry, but also so they're getting great brain function throughout the day.
Nuts would be good too.
Not crashing their blood glucose,
like almonds.
I would suggest for most kids, they could take the same approach with most adults, where they probably don't need as much carbs as they are probably getting. Now, kids who are grade school, high school, they're usually involved in activity where a lot of adults and parents are not as much. So they could probably get away with more carbs if you were to pack them that, and they probably need more if they are active. So you could pack them maybe more carbs. So maybe some healthy carbs that you could do is you could do fruit. So I'd probably want to go the whole food route if I were going to do some of those extra carbs. I've always thought that
Doritos are good or no? Carbs?
Maybe for the power lifters. If your child is a power lifter, they can take after Frank and do the Doritos.
I know Doritos, guys. Sorry, I tried.
But I always thought, especially here, you can find dates, like the date fruits, in most of the stores. And instead of like oranges for like soccer halftime or something like that, you could actually do dates for kids. And it's probably a healthier fruit than maybe the orange would be. Or maybe on the similar plane to how healthy it would be. I would think that the alternatives to maybe like the pizza that the school is going to give them, schools have probably they've always had like pizza days and nacho days or something like that.
Vending machines with soda and energy drinks.
I used to love to go to lunch because lunch they cooked it. They actually came in the morning and cooked it. And it wasn't like super, super healthy, but I remember I had a meal, I'd have a hamburger, 2 cookies, 2 milks, and I would eat them, but I burn it off. I burn it off because I play sports. So, but bottom line is, their food I remember looking forward to going, but now they just have junk.
Well, if they're making the food in the kitchen,
it makes a difference.
It will totally make a difference.
It's like, turkey and gravy. It's not probably not the best, but it's definitely something better than what you get packaged. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, they don't do that in schools. They do.
Yeah, if they're going out and they're getting the processed pizza from Pizza Hut or something like that, then I would certainly want to pack my kids' lunch and do it in a way where it's whole foods. That's probably where I would steer most people, is that whole food route, because there's some wiggle room there. It's not overly strict on the kids,
Right.
But it's still a lot healthier, and you're not dealing with the processed additives
Right.
that you would with the prepackaged processed meals, like if it's a pack of crackers or something like that.
Yeah, and I think that gets more challenging as they get a little bit older, right?
Yeah.
Because they have more independence in what they can choose, and they don't want to carry a lunch.
I love the lunchbox or brown bag.
Well, now they have to carry a whole giant backpack around all day. So where do they put it?
You could do protein shakes too.
You could in bars, like there are
Protein
some
bars.
that are
there's some bars
reasonable.
that are good out
Those
there.
would be healthier.
Yeah.
And those would be mobile. They could just pull out a protein shake, and that could be their lunch or a
Maybe
couple of
something
them.
they could add to their water
Yeah.
bottle. Yeah,
Those could be good suggestions.
Pizza.
I guess those
Pizza.
are a couple ideas.
I mean, you could do like deli meat. You could do cheese and stuff.
Yeah.
You could make a keto meal for your kid, and they wouldn't even know that it was
Well, you get
ketogenic
good
and low carb.
boar's head, boar's head meat. Get boar's head meat with the boar's head
deli meat with cheese.
I mean,
You could make a wrap out of it.
Yeah.
You could use. I would probably make like a keto wrap, or they make healthy wraps that have like a high fiber.
Yeah.
And you could just make a wrap for the kid, put some mustard in there, and you can make healthy wraps for them.
Yeah, I just
And it would
sometimes
be
I
very
do
quick.
just roll the lunch meat in the cheese.
Yeah,
It's great.
you
I
can
love
just
it.
do
It's
that.
awesome.
As easy
Yeah.
as that. Now, with the young girls, would they go for that or no?
Some would.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of teenage girls in my house, and a
Well,
lot of them can
what
eat.
are they eating?
Well, they're mostly eating junk,
Okay.
is what they prefer. Fruit's popular,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the like beef sticks and things like that are kind of a good high protein
Beef stick
filling
would be fine,
snack,
Just
and
sodium.
those keep in your bag,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, pizza, lots of pizza,
Lots of pizza.
chips, lots of chips.
You could. There are ways to make pizza healthier. I mean, if you were to make a pizza at home, it would certainly be healthier.
And a cauliflower pizza too. I mean,
Cauliflower
you have to do all the
pizza,
carbs. You
that
get
would be a way to.
I mean, I had one the other day.
Make
It was
it
pretty
better.
good.
Yeah.
I was like, I wouldn't even know this was cauliflower crust unless somebody told me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and that's the thing. It's more. I guess what we're saying here too is, make sure that you don't allow your kid to continue to gain weight when they're younger, because it's going to impact the rest of their life. So that's why it's important to get your kids to eat healthy, because if they don't, they're going to have a battle with weight their whole life.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just think that's why we try to encourage people to do. They can be off of the game a little bit, but because especially if they're active.
If they're active, yeah.
I used to eat a shit
Most
ton.
kids could eat
Yeah,
whatever they
yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's our biggest thing is just you develop habits early, they're going to stay with those habits.
Yeah.
I mean, like I have a client that got the kid eating good, and the kid doesn't eat bad. He's 15.
Yeah.
But he is dialed in, man. He does not want to eat bad food.
I think those sodas and energy drinks, kids think they can get away with it when they're younger,
Yeah.
because they typically can, but it will catch up a little bit later. But there are some sodas out there that don't have sugar in them. There's like Zevia, there's LaCroix, there's all kinds now
Right.
in the stores that you could get that are healthy sodas. They may just have natural flavoring. That might be the only mystery ingredient.
Right.
But the rest would be maybe stevia, carbonated water. Some of them have caffeine in
They have
them.
those prebiotic or
They have the-
probiotic
yep, they
sodas
do.
now. Maybe we'll do some comparison. and
That there's
of
some
those one
herbal,
day.
yeah, those would be really good.
Cool.
And I've tried a bunch of them. I think Poppy, I think is the name of one of
I
them.
like the poppy one.
So healthy sodas, but I think probably the moral of the story is the more control that the parents have. If you pack your kids' lunches, it's going to be considerably more healthy. If you pack their sodas, if you pack their snacks, it's almost always going to be better than probably what the schools have access to.
Especially now.
So it's probably
Yeah.
a
I think
moral
it's
of
a
the
lot harder
story.
for them to serve fresh food.
It would
of
be
course.
harder.
Yeah.
Would be harder to do it.
Cool. All right.
All right, if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, especially on YouTube and Instagram. You can find us on TikTok as well for some of our shorter content and the YouTube Shorts. So be sure to watch some of our funnier stuff on the YouTube Shorts. If there's any content that you would like us to discuss or talk about, put that in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one.